Yeah. What's up with y'all, boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here on this Money Making Sunday with the Pig Dogs Morning Show. Man, I got an all-star cast with me today, man, to talk about all the action on the board. College basketball, NFL playoff action, NBA action, a little NHL mixed in. It's a Money Making Sunday. A lot happened yesterday. I'm sure we'll talk about it as well. Ron the Don Romanelli here on a Sunday. Morning, my friend. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing well. I think yesterday was a tough day for me in college hoops. I thought it was another strange Saturday in college basketball. We saw a lot of blown leads, but still, I thought the football games were entertaining, especially the latter Commanders Lions. It was a great game, and we got a Cinderella in the NFC Championship.
That man should have been my head coach. That's all I got. Joe Vaughn, what's happening, Brody? How you doing today?
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but for some reason Jay's buffering. I can't hear or see him.
Oh, we can hear you.
So it's gonna be hard for me if Jay throws it to me because I just can't see anything. But or on his end, but yeah, for me it was a positive day, a productive day. I had a lot of plays on the board, 23 of them in fact, and I went 12, 10, and 1. Yeah, a slight positive day is better than a non-positive day. Hey, I'll take the production where I can get it. Another big day, smaller card, but a lot of action, and NFL's on the forefront for this one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Al, how you doing today, sir?
Pretty good. Like Javon, I had a lot of plays also yesterday. Went 12 and 8. Now I can't remember. I think it's like 273 and 174. Last 447, something like that. I was thinking back to our NFL show we did, Jay, with Sean, and I think we all were in agreement. We said any team can win the Super Bowl this year except the Houston Texans. We said even the Commanders could win it. So it didn't shock me that Washington pulled the upset. And I know a lot of people had Kansas City and Detroit in the teaser that could never, ever, ever lose, and it lost.
Any given Sunday. Shout out them Commanders. Shout out Dan Quinn. Shout out Jay Daniels. Shout out Austin Eckler. Lions, man. I know the city of Detroit hurting. I know they hurting.
Yeah, my brother-in-law and nephew went to the game.
Man, they believed all season this was their year. They were going to the bowl. Got it snatched away from them.
Yeah.
Be like that sometimes, man. For me, I'm just trying to keep it rolling. I had a good day yesterday, 5 and 1. Just trying to keep it rolling. My only loss yesterday was Mississippi State, and I didn't feel like it was a bad play. I felt like it was a good play. They just let me down now 3 straight games. I've been on 3 straight games, and they've let me down in all of them. Oh my God. Yeah, that's my only loss yesterday. So it was a good day. Trying to keep it rolling into today. Chiefs Kingdom, man, 1-5 Patrick Mahomes, man. That's all I gotta say. I've said it from day one. I got the Chiefs 3-peating. I'm just gonna repeat those same things.
I gotta say, I think they have absolutely no chance to win the Super Bowl.
They have a chance. They're just not going to do it. I mean, every team has a chance.
Yeah, okay. Chip in here.
But I mean, I even tweeted out today. I think this reminds me of Arkansas in 1996, the NCAA basketball tournament, when Arkansas had made the 2 previous Final Fours, and then they were trying to make it for 3 years in a row, and they were not that good, but everyone didn't want to bet against them because of their pedigree. And then they ran into Massachusetts, and Massachusetts just destroyed them in the Sweet 16 round. And UMass was favored by 9.5, and everyone got sucked into Arkansas, and they got destroyed. And I think that's going to happen with Kansas City. I don't know if it's going to be next week against the Baltimore winner, or if it's going to be against like Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. But Kansas City is going to be an underdog, and they're going to get nailed.
Mm-hmm.
I completely disagree. I think they're going
to bet 10 hats with you.
I think they're going to be a favorite. And I think they're the favorite to win it. And we'll talk about in a minute why I believe they're going to be the favorite.
They got outplayed yesterday.
No,
if it wasn't for the Zebras.
You're watching a different Kansas City team, Jay.
No, y'all are watching a different Kansas City team. If you're sitting here trying to tell me the refs and all that, then you just didn't watch that game.
No. I'm not saying that, but I mean, like they were out yarded.
Let me break it down for you guys. Why I like
outgained, out first down. Mahomes looked terrible.
None of that matters.
It mattered. They got outplayed.
No,
a missed field goal, blocked extra.
They did not. Let me tell you why the Chiefs are the best team. They have the best quarterback in the league, who in the biggest moments makes the biggest plays. Third and long, what happened? He stepped up in the pocket, found Travis Kelce in that end zone, touchdown. And the other thing is that the piece that people fail to realize most: football is more coaching than any other sport. It's the sport that coaching has the most to do with it. And the Chiefs have the best coaches in the league. They have Andy Reid. And I don't know if y'all truly watched that game. Spagnuolo won that game in the second half, dialing up that pressure, the timely pressures, Kansas City will never be beat situationally. And that's why they're so good.
That'll work against the Texans O-line and C.J. Stroud. It ain't going to happen against Buffalo / Baltimore or Philadelphia or Washington.
I don't know.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the next round. And then if not, the Super Bowl.
I've yet to see Patrick Mahomes be beat in the playoffs in Arrowhead. And if you think
get ready,
you're insane. And then when we get to that Super Bowl,
I get your points, Jay, but when I'm watching that team yesterday, I see basically two players on the field that are doing anything for the Chiefs, and that's Mahomes and Kelce. And Kelsey's not even as good as he used to be.
That's all you need. And when you play the game situation,
no, you're going to need more. You're going to need more than that when you're playing the Philadelphia Eagles team.
The Eagles are not making it. The Eagles are losing today, and we're going to talk about that here in a little minute. We're going to talk about that here in a minute, man. I'm excited to talk about today's card.
Jay, I'm telling you, this is your warning. I'm giving you your warning ahead of time. Get off of the Chiefs bandwagon. It's not going to end well.
It's kind of like the warning for the Mavericks against the Celtics last year.
All right. But you also got to remember, I rode that train all the way there. I called that from day one.
And then they got crushed.
From the Chiefs, I've been on that train since day
one. Wait, you're on the Celtics train since day one, and you jumped off the Celtics.
There we go.
To the Mavericks.
Actually, the thing is, I said Mavs Celtics finals is what I said. And I did jump off in the finals for the Mavs, but I had the finals correct. And I think this one, I'm going to have it correct too. Well, I got this one. I started this one in the playoffs, so we'll see.
I think it's an Eagles. I think it's very likely an Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl, but I think that's where they get destroyed.
I'm here to tell you that's not what Super Bowl is going to be, but we'll talk about it here in a second, man.
I'm telling you, I say this because I care about you. I don't want to argue with you. I want to stop you from making the mistake. I want you to keep your money or even make money like the rest of us.
I have a futures ticket worth of pretty
cash out, hedge, please. Cash out. I say never cash out. Cash that one out. Cash that one out.
Man, we had Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark in the booth last night. I thought we was losing. Come on now. Shout out the Chiefs, man. Shout out the Commanders. Man, let's talk about today, though, fellas.
Shout out to Fairburn is who I'm shouting out to.
Man, shout out to Creighton Blue Jays too. While they on my mind. All right, fellas, let's talk about today, man. We'll talk about NFL here in a second. Let's scoot on over to college hoops. Jovan, can you hear me a little better now? Or still not that great?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, cool.
And I can see you.
Cool. I'm out of town, so my Wi-Fi is not the best. But we're going to try to keep this show moving on the road, man. We head over to college hoops. Got a big game to start out today. Got Illinois at Michigan State. We have Nebraska at Maryland. Tulane at Temple. Rice at Florida Atlantic. Youngstown State at Green Bay. Northwestern at Michigan. LaSalle at UMass, the Romanellis. Cleveland State at Iapui, a.k.a. IUND. Guess we'll do a whole card. It's a baby card today. Robert Morris against Milwaukee and TCU versus Baylor. Mr. Bankshot Breakdown. What you got for me, sir?
Yeah, I'm going to take Baylor and lay the points. I just don't think TCU has the offense to keep up. Baylor is battling some injuries, so they're very shorthanded right now, but I still think they're the much more talented team, and we get them at a decent price off the loss to Arizona. And for now, I'm glad you won. It's not going to last long. But anyway, I'm getting too heated. I usually don't care at all about the NFL. This is something I care a lot because this is like the Broncos-Bucks game in the beginning of the season where I love Denver. Same situation with KC. This is going to be ugly. But anyway.
It's going to be a fun 2 weeks. That's what I was saying.
I'm trying to warn you, Jay. I feel bad for you because you're misled, but that's okay. I'm going to lay the points with FAU over Rice. I just think that FAU has been really disappointing this season, but they're still a very talented team. I don't think Rice can keep up. I think FAU scores in the 90s, and they win in blowout fashion.
Fair enough. Jovan, what you feeling here, my man?
Yeah, I could give out the whole card because I don't have anything on premium for a lot of these. So look, I'm gonna play Nebraska plus 9.5, and that's just on the strength of Maryland coming off that overtime loss that they took against Northwestern. You know, you play extras, next game back, I'm expecting a letdown. Both of these teams lost in their last game, but with this amount of points, I want the points. That's the long and the short of it. I'm on Tulane. Temple's coming off that upset win against Memphis. You know, next game up, I'm fading them. I was on them, now I'm fading them. Next game up, Youngstown State. You know we got to fade the Doug Gottliebs. This game in, game out. It's a money maker. It's a cash cow. You know, so until further notice, I'm gonna do that. In their 13-game losing streak, is it 13 now or 14? I forget, but it's a long one. They haven't come close to being within this point spread, and that was my line of thinking last game that I faded them in. I think that was on Friday. You know what they do? They was up by a good amount, and then they got boat raced, ended up losing by 20. It's free money over here. I love Doug Gottlieb. He's a bum, you know. So he should go back to his other career. You know, he's not a coach at all.
He wasn't good at that one either, though.
Hey, I know it. You know, Mr. Hot Take. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna keep on. Dragging him through the ground every chance I get. You know, I'm on UMass. You know, LaSalle coming off an upset win at home in their last one. A game that they were down by, I believe, 20 in the second half. I was on them, and they came storming back and ended up winning outright. Now they got to go into Amherst. It's not a good spot for them. I'm on UMass. I'm on the Wolverines to knock the stuffing out of Northwestern. Northwestern, they got their win, but that was in overtime. You know, so I'm like Maryland, I'm fading them. And no, that's about it.
Good little selection there from Jovan, man. Al McMorty, how you feeling today on this beautiful Sunday? Sorry.
Yeah, you know, I guess I've been lucky on the Green Bay games this year. I've gone against them 3 times and gone 2-1, and I've bet on Wisconsin Green Bay 3 times and gone 2-1. So I know they've not been a great team for the most part, but you know, I guess I've been very lucky. I think they've only covered 6 times all year. I agree with Jovan on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I like them. They're on that 3-game straight up in ATS losing streak that is coming on the heels of a 6-game straight up in ATS win streak, and I like them plus the 9.5. That's the only college play I like today.
I'm going big game hunting. I'm taking Illinois outright money line. I like Illinois, man. This team has showed me on multiple occasions this team is legitimate. They're for real. When I play the You played them game. I watched that game. This is the game I came in here. I said Penn State money line plus 400. I think I smashed by 40. I just watched Michigan State barely edged by that same Penn State team. You're gonna give me plus money with Illinois. I like their style of play. I like the way they're playing. Michigan State just feels a little overrated, overvalued right now because of the win streak that they're on. Just feels like a really good spot, really good situation to fade them and attack some plus money. First game on the board. Big game. Give me Illinois. I'm leaning towards Michigan as well. Northwestern, they're okay. They're not a bad team. I just think this is the spot for Michigan coming off that ugly loss to Minnesota. That day, remember me and Ruffalo were arguing hard that day over that game. I tried to tell him that was the squarest play on the board that day at College Hoops. It was like the only ranked team was Michigan. They were laying points on Minnesota, which squarish. Looked like everybody was humping up on Michigan in that spot. Perfect spot to fade them. Today, I think I jumped back on the train. Nothing he said about that game was wrong. His read was correct. They just didn't play well in that spot and situation. That's why I like betting spots and situations. Today, I think is a spot situation for them to bounce back and beat up on Northwestern. Last one I'll talk about. I mean, of course, I'm fading Green Bay with Jovan. I've been doing that since, since sliced bread. I'm going to lean towards TCU against Baylor. I know fading Baylor in Waco is not fun. It's not fun at all. And they are, I could use my lingo right here, they're sizable favorites in this game for a reason. I think it's a 10-point win when it's all said and done. TCU was always one of them scrappy, just never just completely lay down style teams, in my opinion. I know they've been beaten up in a couple spots, like at Houston where they lost by 20. This season, though, Baylor is not the team they have been in years past. Still really good, just not really good as they've been in years past. I think they're slightly overrated, slightly overvalued. I think there's some value there on TCU plus the points today, fellas. Anything else on college hoops, fellas, before we move on over? All right. Skate on over to the NHL. Just 3 games over there today. We got the Senators and the Devils, the Rangers and the Canadiens, and the Red Wings and the Stars. The Dallas Stars. Big Guy McMorty?
Pass.
Fair enough. For me,
I like the Devils, but I'm not going to recommend $1.88. So.
I was going that same route. Small lean on plus money, Montreal money line. And then if I were to really play something in hockey today, it'll probably be a 2-team parlay, Stars, Devils, money line parlay. Just even money. Let's get through. It might be slightly plus money. I didn't do it, but I think they both win today. So yeah, Devils, Canadiens, Stars for me in hockey today. Romanelli?
Yeah, I'll just do what I'm rooting for. I want the Senators to lose, the Rangers to lose, and the Red Wings to lose for the Islanders' chances. So I'll do a 3-team parlay on New Jersey, Montreal. I really don't want Montreal to win either, and Dallas. Montreal, Dallas, and New Jersey.
Romanelli. We went 3 for 3. Let's keep it rolling. Let's head over to the NBA, the National Basketball Association. So let me tell you, the jam session, bro, if I do it today, it's going to look really different. They banned cap cut, fam. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? And the problem is I'm not home. So it's like I have everything on a separate drive and it's at home. So it's like if I try to go on the cap cut, it just tells me due to the US ban, this app is banned. And it's like all the files are in there. So it's tragic.
Graphics will be back March 1st.
Chill on me, Rod. Chill on me. They be killing me about them graphics. Man. So today's episode might look just slightly different, but it'll be up. But let's talk about some NBA here now. We got a decent card today. We got the Heat laying 3.5 on the Spurs. And we got the Nuggets laying 7.5 on the Magic. Small lean on San Antonio, man. They let me down in drastic fashion in their last game. They got to take them home to woodshed by Memphis in the quick revenge spot. How the hell you get blown out in the quick revenge spot at home? You got beat up in back-to-back games at home. Come on, San Antonio. I think you're a better team than that. I feel like I'm one of the only people on the planet that believes in San Antonio this season. I think everybody else is kind of like future-driven for San Antonio. When you got try hard Chris Paul on your team, anything is possible. I'm on the Spurs today, man. I know they've lost 4 of their last 5. They've been kind of free-falling here recently, and they lost back-to-back. Miami, though, it's not like they're playing all that well right now either. Jimmy Butler, I think I saw a report he's playing tonight. I'm just going to throw the vibes back off. He don't want to be there. They don't want him there. That's not a bet on situation for me. I'm on San Antonio. And I'm on Orlando in Orlando. I'm not overly in love with this game. I'll be 1,000 with y'all. But these two teams being two teams I bet often. Denver does not play its best basketball on the road. Orlando does play its best basketball at home. So just knowing who these two teams are, I know Orlando's kind of been – they're trying to get back in that mode, bringing Banchero back. Wagner will be back here soon. So we're going to get our magic back here really soon. I like the 7.5 in my back pocket today. That's the way I would lean, but I'm not rushing to the window for that game. Ron?
Yeah, I got to take Denver. I just think that Orlando, when you see the last game against Boston, giving up basically everything from the perimeter, and just so many wide open shots from 3, that bodes well for Denver. I think this. I mean, I don't love the Nuggets defense, but I think their offense can put up 120, and I don't think Orlando's going to be able to keep up right now in their current state. So give me Denver.
Javon?
Yeah, I'm on the Magic, but there's no way I would play it. For me, all signs point to Denver, but because Orlando has lost their last 2 games in blowout fashion, they're back home, catching a boatload of points. I'll take a flyer on them. It's a lean at best. And, for the fact of the matter, the Magic have won their last 3 games in the series outright. It's one of those head versus heart situations where, my head is saying Magic, my heart is saying Denver's gonna blow them out like they have done, in their 5 out of their last 6, straight up in against the spread. So the game I won't touch.
Fair. Kind of feel the same way. Big Al, how you feeling?
I'm feeling Miami. One of the reasons.
Big Al is a fake San Antonio Spurs fan. I have to tell everybody.
No, it's not
I
that.
believe in the Spurs the way I do this season. He don't believe.
No, well, we got 3 good players: Chris Paul, Jeremy Sohan, and Wemby.
Vassell growing on me.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. But it's Sohan's injured, right? He's not playing today, so that tips it for me to Miami. And Miami's really good. They're on a 3-game straight up in ATS losing streak, and Miami is 63-38 ATS when they've lost their 3 previous games to the spread. So without Sohan, I'm going to fade San Antonio.
Let's keep it rolling, ladies and gentlemen. We head over to Milwaukee where the Bucks are laying 12.5 on the Sixers, and the Thunder Buddies are laying 17.5 on the Brooklyn Nets. Romanelli, how you feeling?
Yeah, there's some ugly games on the board today. This is one of them. I'm going to take Philadelphia. Not fun. I'm not happy about it, but I'm also not loving laying double digits. How many times we've seen the Bucks in the same spot lose outright or barely win? I can't get there with Milwaukee at this price. I know that Philadelphia has been one of the worst teams in the league, both straight up and against the spread, but I think they at least get a cover, and I think they're going to flirt with an outright win.
Jovan?
Yeah, still no Joel Embiid, right?
Yeah, he's out, I think, till mid next week.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be the Bucks. In there, so there's 6-1 last 7, and 5-2, against the spread in that span. 5 out of those 6 wins have come by double digits. I believe like 15 or more points. So they're a team that's, they're clicking right now, and they're doing it on the defensive end. And that's the way that they have to win. So as long as they, keep that defensive intensity up, I expect them to do nasty things to this Sixers team. That's really the long and the short of it.
Al?
Yeah, to Ron's point, about the Bucks not being really good when laying big numbers. Milwaukee's 15, 39, and 2 ATS when laying more than 8 points. They're also a team that never really, puts together long ATS win streaks. They might win a few games, but then they fail to cover the spread. They're 136 and 198 ATS off 3 or more wins. I'm going to take Philly.
I'm on Philly as well. And I think plus 500, like Ron said, is very live today. This is just a typical Milwaukee letdown spot. I've been telling y'all about Milwaukee all week. We've been on Milwaukee this week. We had Milwaukee as the best bet against Sacramento. And we laid the points with them in their last one on Friday against the Raptors. As somebody who hates betting Milwaukee, especially at big numbers, overrated and overvalued teams do win in certain spots and situations to justify why they're overrated and overvalued. Then once you see that value start to build up, then that's when we wax their ass over the head on the other side. And that's what we've been doing with Milwaukee the last couple seasons. So just knowing who these teams are, Milwaukee's a team that likes to fall flat in these style spots. Philadelphia is also a team that rises to the occasion in these style spots. The reason Philadelphia is so ass is when they play the bad teams, they've lost this season. When they play the good teams, they've competed. That's what's so weird about Philadelphia. I think they have a real chance to win this game outright today. I know their injury report is majorly disgusting right now this morning, but, I'm going to lean towards Philadelphia just to play on the spot, play on the situation. And in the other one, Thunder Buddies for life. What y'all want me to say? There's really no other team I would even think about laying this number with. But with Oklahoma City, they could have made it 24. I would have laid it. I ain't going to lie to y'all. They could have made it 24. I would have laid it. They're my favorite money-making team for a reason. These boys print money on, and especially coming off the loss at home, oh my God, they finna throttle Brooklyn. At least I think. So give me Oklahoma City. Huge number to lay. They win the game by probably 30. Last 3 games on the card in the NBA, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Lake Show and the Clippers, Battle of LA. Is this the first one in Intuit Dome? Yes, it is.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's first meeting of the season.
Wow, first one where Clippers no longer little bro in their own arena. It's kind of crazy. We got the Chicago Bulls, your Chicago Bulls, laying 6.5 on the road on the Blazers. Sacramento is laying 17.5 on the Wizards. Jovan, how you feeling, my man?
Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm laying 17.5 with the Sacktown team. It's just no way. It's not much commentary to it. I know that Washington, they're a bad team, but if I'm not mistaken, they have covered their last. Let's make sure I got this right. Their last 3 games. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't mistaken about it. Too many points in my book. There's nothing that warrants the Kings laying this amount of points. So therefore, by default, I'm on Washington. And I'm on the Clippers. It's a situation where they're going to christen this building with their first game against the Lakers with a ass whooping that I don't think the Lakers will believe. Like Jay said, the Clippers have been little brother since they got to LA. And, that was what, in 83, Al? 84? Somewhere around because they was in San Diego before that.
Yeah.
So they've been getting smacked up, and now they're not in that building. They have their own building, and, really they have the better team. A team that functions like a basketball team as far as I'm concerned. I believe Kawhi should be playing this game. So, with him added into the mix, I want my money on the home fave.
Fair enough. Big Al McMorty, how you feeling?
I agree with everything Javon just said. Throwing one more stat. The last time these two teams met, the Lakers upset the Clippers, but the Lakers, when they're on the road against an opponent they upset in the previous meeting, they're 17-42 ATS. I like the Clippers here as well.
So I'm going through the game logs of these two teams. For a while, the Clippers just fucking dominated the Lakers. Like, they won like 10, 12 straight. Like, just murdered them. Last season, that flipped on a dime, and the Lakers won 3 of the 4. I'm on the Los Angeles Lake Show Lakers plus the points tonight. I just think this game comes down to the wire, and I want points in my back pocket. I don't see the Clippers blowing out LA in this game. Will they win the game? Wouldn't probably. I'm just sticking to my principles. That's all I'm doing in this game, in this spot, in this situation. I've said about the Lakers all season long. Dogs, I can look in their direction. They've been a much better underdog this season than they have been as a favorite. When they're laying over a bucket like 5.5, 6.5, 7, I'm good. I'm off the Lakers. You're not going to catch me there. But when they're in this short dog range, where they're that short favorite range, where you just need them to come out and play Lakers-style basketball, those are situations I like betting them. So I'm on the Lakers plus the points. I think it's going to be typical Clippers fashion where they might win the game, but I don't see them doing it dominantly. I don't see it. I just don't. So they've been playing well recently, but now that Kawhi's back in the fold, the Clippers are now back to being overrated and overvalued. They have been a really good ATS team this season. We'll see. Remember, it was last year, around this time is when the Clippers went on that really nice run. And then post All-Star break, they had the second best odds to win the NBA Finals. And that's when we just started fading their ass blindly. Value is what I'm talking about. Value. And I just think that the Clippers right now are slightly overrated, slightly overvalued. I don't disagree with nothing Al and Jovan said, nothing at all. I just don't want to lay 4.5. 2.5, they might have got me. 4.5, cool. I'll lean towards the Wizards plus the points. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all know me, I love plus money. Plus 1,000 outright money line shot. When it's shot if the Kings lost outright to the Wizards, like really, really shock anybody? I don't think so. It's the Kings at the end of the day. And they're another team that kind of in that overrated, overvalued. They were terrible to start the season. The books thought they were better than they were. They were terrible. They fired their coach. They've gone on a run. They've looked good in that run. The value now is probably at an all-time high for Sacramento. It's probably at an all-time high. It's so high, they got these boys laying 17.5. I'm going the other way. And then a small lean on the Bulls laying the points on the road. Bulls have been a better team on the road this season than they have been at home. I don't know what's up with them in that. They just play their better basketball on the road. And the line kind of tells me what I need to know in that one. So that's how I feel. Ron?
I'm going to take the Clippers. In this series recently, last 10 games, the winner of the game outright has also covered the spread. The dogs have won outright, and the favorites have won and covered. And so I think the Clippers win the game. So for that reason, I'm going to take them and lay the points.
Fair enough. That concludes NBA action, ladies and gentlemen. We head over to the National Football League. Last 2 games on the card. First one up. We got those Los Angeles Rams out on the road facing the Philadelphia Eagles. Total 42.5. Philly laying 7. Al, you're up first here, my man.
Well, I know what you think about the game. You know what I think about the game, but I'll say it again. I like the Eagles. It just comes down to statistics. They're better across the board. They're better on offense. They're better on defense. They have a 5.06 point differential on offense. They've got a 4.56 point differential on defense. And home teams, when they're better on offense and better on defense in the NFL playoffs, they've got 90 and 63 ATS. I'm taking the Eagles.
I'm on the Rams. Value is why I'm on the Rams. So let me just walk y'all down the path right quick. Me and my dad had a pretty good conversation. heading into yesterday, there were only 2 quarterbacks that have won the Super Bowl that were alive in the playoff race. But the other one, you would think that he is just a bum. Like, I had to sit there and really think about it. The Matthew Stafford hate is at an all-time high. Even me.
Where's the hate?
No, but who hates Matthew
I
Stafford?
know.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why people hate Matthew Stafford.
People are
Nobody
loving
hates
Matthew
Matthew
Stafford.
Stafford.
He's like the most fan favorite player.
Not really. Here's why. They don't talk about him the way they should, the way that he should be discussed. You know, and I've even fell victim to this as well. Joe Burrow gets more credit for losing that Super Bowl than Matthew Stafford does for winning it. Seriously. Like,
I don't know. Listen, your Chiefs argument, I can understand.
When you talk about the top 5 quarterbacks in the league, never do you hear Matthew Stafford's name uttered. When you've talked about football coming into this weekend, you heard about Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and for good reason. For good reason. I think y'all forgot about number 9, Matthew fucking Stafford, and his coach, Sean McVay, who had been there, done that, won the shit, won it. Philly ain't done that. Now, let me talk about the game. I'm just saying from that perspective, you give me same reason why I like the Chiefs. Same reason why I like the Chiefs. You give me a really good quarterback and a really good head coach. I think they got the best quarterback and the best head coach. That's why I like them. Second, I think, is the Rams. They have second best head coach in Sean McVay, and they have, I would say, Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, Allen, Stafford. They have a top 5 quarterback to pair up with the second best coach in the league. The problem in this game, here's the problem. The Rams have to stop the run. They got to stop Saquon Barkley. That's the problem. And we saw first game, they could not do that. Saquon ran all over them.
It's a pretty big problem.
I just told y'all about the second best coach. I think he's going to dial up a game plan. I do. And I think the game plan is going to be sell out, stop Saquon, and let's make that noodle arm quarterback on that team beat us. Have y'all been watching have y'all been watching Hurts play football recently?
Terrible.
Looks ass. Looks terrible. Let's make him beat us today. Let's make Jalen Hurts beat us today. And I promise you, he's not gonna do it. I love the way the Rams defense played last week. If they come out with that same intensity, I trust. It's gonna sound crazy. I trust the person I trust most in this game is Matthew Stafford. And I think it's going to be eerily similar to that Commanders-Lions game yesterday, where it's just like this team was in the regular season, but how these two teams are playing right now into Saquon Barkley, and the game's right there in their hands. I don't trust Philadelphia's defense today. I think they're in real trouble having to guard 2 of the best receivers in the league. I think today is a huge Cooper Kupp day. Where's Cooper Kupp been? You're going to find out today. He's been saving it, just like Kelsey was. He was just saving it. No reason to go balls to the wall. Give me Cooper Kupp, 2 touchdowns today. Give me Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdowns today. Give me the Los Angeles Rams outright money line. I'm fading Philadelphia. It is what it is. I had Philadelphia going to the Super Bowl for most of the season. Al will attest to you that I did. And then earlier in the week, I flipped. I'm on the Rams. Bye-bye, Eagles. Romanelli?
Well, I'm going to agree with you, Jay. I think that Matthew Stafford is the better option at quarterback than Jalen Hurts by far right now. When you look at the current how they're playing, the problem is every other position on the field, the Eagles have the much better side. And that's where the problem lies. If the Rams are able to stop the run, and if they're able to make Jalen Hurts beat them, I think they're in a good position. I just don't think it's going to happen. The Rams' run defense has been inconsistent and struggled all season. Yes, they had a dominant defensive showing, but we got to remember who that was against, Sam Darnold, and a Vikings offensive line that was really struggling going into the playoffs. I think the Eagles have the best defense in the league by far. They have a great home field advantage.
I see Kansas City play yesterday.
Did you see that the Texans punted twice? They ran the ball all over them. That KC defense is not the same.
What they end with?
Yeah, a missed field goal. The wind was 20 miles per hour. Sure. I would take the Eagles defense 10 out of 10 times over KC. At the beginning of the season, I would say maybe opposite. KC's defense was outstanding. Down the stretch, it wasn't the same defense. CJ Stroud, the Texans with no weapons and a banged up Joe Mixon outgained them and had 18 first downs, only punted twice.
You're insane.
But anyway, you're insane. Give me the Eagles and give me the under. I think they run the football probably 40-plus times. If they can control the game, their defense, I don't think that you say Cooper Kupp, and I like Cooper Kupp, but he's done absolutely nothing. It's not like Travis Kelce, who's just been, here and there. I mean, he has, how many receptions did he have last week? I worry about that. I honestly think Cooper Kupp could be banged up or something, but Puka Nacua is a great option. I just don't think they have enough. I think the Eagles, you can't expect Philadelphia to be +4 in the turnover battle yet again this week. So that's why it's, maybe not a situation where I'm going all in on Philadelphia, but I still think Eagles is too much.
The line, by the way, is now up to -7 in a lot of places. 6.5 in most, but it's 7 at Circa, 7 at Bovada, 7 at Westgate, 7 at Pinnacle. And now the over-under, it had gone down. Now it's back up to 43.
I don't think the Rams are a popular pick today. I don't. So it doesn't surprise me that the line is growing up towards Philly. It doesn't surprise me at all.
I disagree.
You disagree? You think a lot of people bet the Rams today?
I do, yeah.
I don't.
It's the on best, it's 59-41%. It's healthy split.
That's okay. It's better than I thought it would be. Jovan, my man, talk to me. What you like here? I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
Well, first I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna take the over in the first quarter. For what these teams do or like to do, given the fact that there's gonna be elements in play as far as the weather, that bodes well for the offenses in this one. And I think that in the first frame that they have the advantage, and I think both teams are scoring this one. One's gonna score and have a field goal. One is gonna have a touchdown. By my my script would call for Philly having the touchdown via Saquon Barkley breaking one open. So pencil him in for first touchdown scorer. That would also by default probably put me on the side of Philly first quarter. If I'm saying this is going to be a 7-3 ball game at the end of at the end of one, and I believe the quarter, the total is what, 9.5. If it's 10.5, then no, I'll just say it's gonna be 7-7 or something. But either way, I'm on the over in the first quarter. And on the other side, to speak for the Rams, I think that they do have some advantages in their passing game. They're not going to get anything on the ground against this this Philly front line. At least I don't think so. But I do think that if you do see rain/snow in this game, that's going to bode well for these Rams receivers. And Matt Stafford, while he hasn't in his career fared well outdoors in the cold, I think he could throw somebody open and they get an early score. So I'm on the over first quarter.
Big Al McMorty. Are you went first?
Yeah, I already said.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Hot take. Put it in right now. Rams to the Super Bowl. Put it in right now.
Listen, if they force Jalen Hurts in these long passing downs, they got a shot. It's not, it's for me, there is a path. I just don't think the path is too realistic. But I don't trust Jalen Hurts, just like I didn't trust Jordan Love, and we saw how that did for me with the Packers.
You have a team who, at the start of the season, expectations were low, and their coach just built them up all season long, and they got to where they are. The vibes are extremely high in LA. They're as high as they could be. They're playing for the city. They playing for the home. I love what's going on with the Rams right now. And then in the other locker room, all you hearing is distractions, quarterback, head coach beefing. You got the receiver on the sideline reading books because he ain't getting thrown the ball when they're winning a playoff game. If this was any other team, these would be huge sticking points for me. The reason they're not huge sticking points for me is because that's the culture of Philadelphia. So I kind of think, some of that gets covered over with just being that's how the city responds to their team. But
I got one more question.
I still got to be real. I don't like what's going on over there in that locker room. What's happening?
What would you say your team's biggest rival is and the team you hate the most?
It's not Philadelphia. I
No?
probably hate. It's not
It's the
Philadelphia.
Bucks or something? How is that Philadelphia?
It's probably the Giants, honestly. And then Philadelphia is like 2. They're up there. But like I said, for most of the season, I had them going to a Super Bowl. This is just, it has nothing to do with that. I just think they finna run into a bus Saturday in the rain.
Just wondering.
Yeah. So, y'all know I hate the Giants. I fade their ass every chance we get. Let's go to that one, fellas. Man, mama, here goes that man. This might be games of a lifetime, y'all. Like, I'm excited for this one tonight. This is a legacy game for both quarterbacks involved. If Josh Allen loses his football game, he will be 0-5 in the playoffs against his contemporaries. He would have lost 3 to Mahomes, 1 to Lamar, and 1 to Joe Burrow, to 0-5 against his contemporaries. Lamar Jackson lose this game, how the hell you 3-time MVP and you can't do nothing? And we went and got Derrick Henry for you this season. The narrative either way today is going to be absolutely disgusting. And I'm going to be at the forefront of it. I'm just going to let y'all know. I'm going to be – whoever loses, I'm on their ass today. I'm on their ass. Wait. I'm on first here because I went first last time. If you watched the NFL show earlier this week, then you know my thoughts on this game. My true thoughts are I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I don't know what's gonna happen in this game. That's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. Of all the NFL games this weekend, this is the one from a betting perspective I like the absolute least. Because I'm a degenerate, I'm gonna have money on this game though, so I have to. And ultimately, where I ended up is the same place I said the other day. I'm on Buffalo plus the one. I think that's the best place to be, plus the 1. We're in Buffalo. That's, I think, the key for me here. We're in Buffalo. The problem is, I don't think that it's a harder path, honestly, for me, for the Bills to go and do it than the Rams, because it's like when it comes to the Eagles, Saquon can beat you, Jalen Hurts cannot. For Baltimore, stop Derrick Henry if you want to. Lamar Jackson will torch your ass. He will torch you. There's no stack the box, stop Derrick Henry, and make Lamar beat us, because he will. And there's no box Lamar and make Derrick Henry beat us, because we saw him do that earlier this season against these very same Bills. Josh Allen legacy game. No, Josh Allen, I've seen Lamar play a bad playoff game. I haven't really seen Josh Allen play one of those. And he's at home. He got the stadium rocking with him. Is there weather today? I didn't double check and see if the weather was coming in. I think this Buffalo defense is going to make some crucial stops. I think ultimately the way I got it coming down is I've been saying it just to be funny, but it actually sounds pretty appeasing. I think Josh Allen goes down and scores this time like he did on Mahomes, probably leaves like a minute 30 on the clock. Last time it was 13 seconds and he lost. God damn, Josh. I think this time like a minute or something. Lamar gets the ball, legacy drives, and he throws a pick to DeMar Hamlin. I think that's what happens. The revival of DeMar Hamlin. I'm on the Bills. I don't love it. I could easily argue the other way and take the Ravens. I really could. But I'm going to ultimately be on Buffalo. Ron?
Yeah, it's funny in that game, my friend came over for the game, and he lives like an hour and a half away, and there was like I think a work day the next day. And when the Bills took the lead with 13 seconds, he's like, I'm going to head out. I got to get home. I'm like, you crazy? That's enough time. And then I call him on the phone. I said, "You clown! They scored." Just unbelievable game. I think this game could be similar in terms of entertainment value. I think this is going to be one of those games of the decade, back and forth. I think this is your AFC Championship game personally. I think the winner of this has no problem next week in Arrowhead, but it's a tough one. I mean, it's a pick 'em for a reason. I like the Ravens. I lean towards Baltimore. I just think that I trust their defense a little bit more in the pressure moments. Their defense really, got healthy at the end of the season. It sharpened up down the stretch. I think it's the better run defense. It can get pressure on opposing teams. But I don't blame you for taking Buffalo. I mean, should be a great game. 50-50 game for me on the side. I like the total a lot better.
You got the total over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I sure do.
Yes, sir. Scoop that up from Ron Romanelli over there. Javon, man, talk to me. How you see this game, man? Break it down.
We're gonna go to the first quarter once again, and I think this one, has the makings of, well, at least for the first quarter, both teams, putting up sevens. So, by default, I think the over's in play for the first quarter. Quick in and get out operation. That's how I like it. That's why I love playing first quarters. Don't gotta wait too long. Don't gotta go with the ebbs and flows of games and adjustments being made, and teams scoring a boatload of points in the first half, and then in the second half, you have crickets, and as far as point scoring, but as far as how, and I'm gonna look to the first quarter for the side also. I think that we do see some, while we do see some points, I think that as far as what you're gonna see in this game, like I said, you're gonna see points, but I think at the end of the first 15 minutes of this game, I think I want the points with Josh Allen. Really, it all rests on him for Buffalo. At least on the other side, you're gonna see Lamar and King Henry, doing the job for those guys. But if Josh Allen starts out flat and they have a substantial deficit, I don't know if they're able to come back in that scenario. So I think they need to get off to a good start, especially considering how the first game went. If they, like I said, if they fall into a deficit like they did in the first game, then I think they might be dead in the water. I think Bills Mafia is going to be a bunch of angry dogs out there in the stands. And you might hear some boos, coming from out there. So I think it's imperative on them to start off on a good foot. So I would have to take them on well, you're not really getting any points as far as the first quarter, first half, or full game. So take them on the money line. First quarter.
Big Al, close us out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Buffalo can beat Kansas City. I mean, I know they can, but I think Baltimore would have a much better shot to beat Kansas City in Arrowhead than Buffalo would. I like Buffalo here. It's just, they're an underdog and they've won 15 of their last 18 playoff games straight up.
The underdog at home is crazy. Oh my God.
I mean, it's like I can't pass up Buffalo as a home dog when all they do is win at home in the playoffs. So yeah, to me, it's a pretty easy decision if they're an underdog. So I'm going to take Buffalo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all. We covered everything underneath the sun today on this Money Making Sunday. I know these fellas on the screen now got some plays that they loaded up on this Sunday. Romanelli, what you got going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got my college basketball bank shot best bet as well as a play in each of the two playoff games in the NFL. Looking to bounce back from a tough Saturday. Definitely not my best work there, but having a great season overall in basketball. So let's bounce back together in college hoops.
Crap out of the books today with Romanelli. Jovan, what you got going today, my man?
Yeah, I got right now I got 6 plays. I got all 4 side in total for both games. in these divisional round matchups, and also have one college basketball play and one NBA play. That makes 6, and I'm going to stick to that.
There you go. Hop on with Jovan. Keep the crap out of the books today. Al, what you got going on?
Well, I've got 4 plays in the NFL, 2 sides, 2 totals. Obviously, I give out the 2 sides here for free, but if you want the 2 totals, they're up at Pick Dogs Premium, including my 5-star NFL total of the year. Having a nice NFL season, having a nice football season overall, actually. Great basketball season as well. I've got 2 basketball plays combined across all sports, 273 and 174 my last 447. So if folks want to team me up with any of the guys here on the 2-for-1, 3-for-1, or 4-for-1 handicapper special, that's the best way to go.
Hop on with Al, man. Make you some money today over at Pick Dogs Premium. For me, right now, there's nothing in there. It'll be in there right after the show. Off an amazing day yesterday, 5-1. We hit both NFL games. Let's hit both of them today. You can scoop that up, Pick Dogs Premium. I got NBA Play of the Day. We smashed that yesterday with the Indiana Pacers. So you got an NBA Play of the Day in there for me. You probably got 2 NBA, 2 NFL, maybe 1 college hoop. So like either 4 or 5 plays for me today on this beautiful Sunday. Jam session will be up after the show. It's going to be look a little different because I told you earlier, CapCut, TikTok, it's all done. Yeah, I believe it. It's crazy. But yeah, that's what I got going on today. Pair me up with these guys on the screen. Let's keep the momentum rolling forward. I know what time it is, man. It is parlay time. Parlay. Ramanelli, what you got for me today, my man?
Well, for my parlay, I'm going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Clippers. But I also want it to be known, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is here with this Chiefs game. Got me all excited now. January 19th, write it down. If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Ron will buy a Patrick Mahomes jersey and wear it the next time I'm on the show after the Super Bowl. That's how confident I am. I don't want to buy that jersey. But other than my big bet I will have against the Chiefs the next round and in the Super Bowl, if they get there, I'll buy a Mahomes jersey and wear it. So there you go. And then Jay froze. Look at that smile. He's back.
Man, I don't even know what happened. I told you my Wi-Fi not the best. So I didn't hear nothing you just said.
Oh, you missed a good one. You'll have to go back and watch.
All right, I will. I'll go back and watch. I heard chops and pieces. If they something on the 19th, I'll something and then.
If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, I'm going to buy a Mahomes jersey and wear it on the show.
Oh, I love that. I'll join that. If Philadelphia wins the Super Bowl, I'll wear a Jalen Hurts jersey.
That's worse for you.
Philly gonna win the damn thing. The whole Super Bowl, I wear Jalen Hurts jersey on the show. We'll see. Jovan, you got a parlay for me today, my man?
Yeah, I got a couple. Actually, I'm gonna do 4. So it's gonna be Nebraska, Michigan. That's the the fade to overtime teams. Clippers, Wizards, Tulane. That's another 2 team with Tulane, Youngstown State, and then for the football game, well, I'll do. This is what I'll do. I'll do first time touchdown scorer, Josh Allen. First time touchdown scorer. I'm gonna say Saquon Barkley, not Jalen Hurts, because I don't think they make it to the goal line for the Beverly shove.
Big Al.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Nebraska at 12 noon out of college basketball with the New Jersey Devils in hockey and the Buffalo Bills in the NFL.
Let's go 4-teamer. Devils, Stars, Sixers, Wizards. 4-teamer. 2 from the hockey, 2 from the NBA. And a player prop 1. Cooper Kupp, touchdown. Lamar Jackson, INT. Cooper Kupp touchdown. Lamar Jackson, INT. Cooper Kupp touchdown, Lamar Jackson INT. Let's go with Josh Allen anytime touchdown. 3-teamer. It's nasty, but you got to see the vision. You got to follow the path. I wish I could bet just straight up player to have one, bro. I get rich today off this DeMar Hamlin interception. When DeMar Hamlin catches interception today, I just want everybody to come back to this video. Just put the GOAT emoji. Okay? That's it. That's all for the show today. I thought it was a good one. Appreciate the fellas for joining me today. Love talking sports. It's one of them days, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about it, of course, all throughout the week. So be here, be square. Check out the Bank Shot Breakdown every day. Check out Javon's 2-team parlay. Check out Big Al McMorty's video series he does with Eric Pathy. The Pathy Plan to Financial Freedom. Don't check out Costy's video. He probably just gave y'all the Ravens today. I didn't even go watch it. Just for everybody wondering. Hey, man, money making Sunday. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Nothing would make me happier today than to see Costy cry like a little girl.
Is he going to the game?
Nah, he's not going. But Costy, be near that phone today, my man, because I will be calling you FaceTime. So, make it a winning day. Any final words from you fellas before we get out of here?
There's your warning sign. Last chance.
3-peat on the way.
Ugh.
Well, I did get good news. I do get to go back to my home today. So,
Oh, that's great.
yeah,
That's great
get back home. Can't wait. Get back where I can have a microphone and headphones and stuff. So.
Awesome.
There. Yes, sir. I'm so happy to hear that, Al. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all throughout the week. We out here. Peace.